So if your girlfriend is asking for some space in your relationship, don't freak out about it. I know it's not easy when she's making this request and that she wants you to back off. But the reality is she might need some time for herself, and that's perfectly fine. Some men out there make the assumption that they need to invest more in this relationship so they stay together, and that's a bad decision to make. I'm not saying you shouldn't communicate. I'm not suggesting you should totally ghost her because I don't think it's a healthy relationship. If you're giving her so much space, you guys aren't talking, that's not much of a relationship. But there has to be a boundary here. And as long as you're not crossing those boundaries, then you're good. So, what you want to do is mirror her behavior. So, if she's not reaching out first thing in the morning, don't freak out about it. Don't get anxious or wonder why she's not texting you. Just give her space and let her come to you. Now, let's just say around the evening time, she still hasn't reached out. Send a simple, hope you're doing well, or say, hope you're doing good, love you, have a good night, and just leave it there. Now, obviously, that can be frustrating because there has to be some communication going on in a healthy relationship. I don't think if you keep going down that rabbit hole, it's going to end up working out in your favor. Now, again, that's not being desperate, in my opinion, because you're just trying to establish some line of communication and you're both in a relationship. So if she totally ignores you and goes like 2 or 3 more days of not talking to you, then it's not healthy, in my opinion. I think, if you're giving her space during the day and you're not being needy or clingy, you're just trying to have a conversation and she's not responsive, then it might be time to move on because that type of relationship is unhealthy to me. I see opinions out there where it's like, yeah, you should just leave your girlfriend alone and not say anything whatsoever. That's not a good idea. I don't think that's healthy for any party involved. But if she is asking for space and needs time to think for herself, that's fine. You don't have to make a big deal about it. You don't have to, act like, oh my goodness, we're going to break up. Don't have that type of energy. Just be like, you know what? I'm here for you. Reach out if you need me and then go from there. Also, if you decide to call her, just call her one time during the day. Maybe instead of sending her a text message, just give her a call. If she doesn't answer, just move on. Don't make a big deal about it. But again, if she continues to ignore your phone calls, that's a problem to me because there has to be a line of communication. That is the foundation of a relationship. You have to communicate with each other. So the ideal space to me is not being clingy and not having this behavior of, oh, I need to be around you 24/7. Oh, I need to tell you everything that's going on. You can have good boundaries where maybe both of you are working and you're not going to be available to talk to each other. But after work, you've got time to discuss your day. You got a lot on your mind you want to share, and that's fine. That's perfectly okay with me. That should be the main goal for space because, again, if you guys aren't talking during the day, if there's no sign of communication on her end, then the relationship is not going to last very long. You don't have to always be the first one to reach out to her in the morning. She can reach out to you. That's fine. But just remember, if the space is getting to a point where you guys aren't having conversations about your day, if you aren't having any type of relationship, then you guys are just acquaintances. That's just facts. So if she is asking for space, I would say, ask her what she means by that. Get on the same page together. Don't interpret it as you're breaking up. Don't act like you got to try even harder. If you're doing your part, if you have been good to her, treating her right, then just trust in that and recognize she might just want some time for herself at certain times of the day, or maybe she needs to get away with her friends during the weekend just to think for herself about certain decisions she needs to make. Whatever it is, let her go through that process. But the most important part is when you're mirroring her behaviors, you both have some type of understanding of what's going on. You guys are still communicating. I think it's unhealthy if you go a day without talking or 3 days. That's weird to me. It's not a relationship whatsoever. I think what you got to do is recognize, okay, if she needs some space, maybe it's a particular subject that she needs to handle on her own. Just respect that and understand that it's nothing personal against you. She just wants space for that situation. And the biggest thing you should be doing is just supporting her. You don't have to figure out her problems and just fix everything. Just listen. That's easier said than done for us guys, but I would say if she needs some space on a particular subject or needs some time, just give her the understanding and say, hey, I'm here for you. I'm going to support you and have a conversation about something else. Because I think sometimes women just want to be left by themselves with certain things so they can figure it out without you solving their problems or being completely in their space about it. Remember, you can't fix emotions. And when women are feeling a certain way, you got to let them go through that by themselves and just be a strong man and be high value and let her know that you're going to be around and you're not going to be desperate. You're not going to just be clingy or try to figure out how to fix it. As long as you don't give up that type of energy, you'll be good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you handled the situation when your girlfriend asks for space, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.